Welcome, friends, because this is a sad day. Because Mr. Coffee Maker has decided to croak on us. So here is a little RIP memorial to Mr. Coffee Maker. Thankfully, I have this little guy from whenever my husband was going through his heart stuff. He wasn't supposed to be drinking caffeinated coffee, so I got him this so that I could do decaf for him because Sis still needed her caffeine. So anyway, that is what we are using for now. I haven't decided. I do like the flavor I get from the little single things. Like I do those. I put my own kind of coffee in these instead of using the cups. I'll put this, my favorite, in there. I feel like it just comes out stronger than in here, and I feel like I have to use more to get that flavor that I want out of these. Now, my issue with these, I love that, ability, but I've had the worst luck with these. I don't know what the deal is. I'm really curious if anybody else has the issues with them not lasting very long, because they get very pricey. So, I don't know, trying to decide what to do. But, yep, that is it for that one for now. Goodbye, Mr. Coffee Maker. Hey friends, so I've been trying to see if I could catch Baby Bunny out. Update on that is yesterday evening I did finally see him again, and I had my camera ready, but he took off because my dog had run out as well. So I think she knows he lives over there because she keeps going over there. So he's okay. I did see him, but I've been trying to watch for him so I could get him on camera for you. He'll let me get not close, but close enough typically where I can at least see him before he runs up in the bushes. But anyway, also yesterday was 4th of July, and Sis got some barbecue chicken legs, baked beans, and potato salad. That was yummy, except that I had to wait forever because the husband was going to do it on the little grill, and y'all know how long it takes on there, and then he got a late start. So, took a long time, but it was good. And my daughter made some brownies, and those were really yum. It is really hot today. I'm in the shade, so it's not terrible. I can tolerate it for now, but I did just get a mosquito bite, so I'm hoping that'll be it, because I want to sit out. It's just good for you. Thought about going to the park, but I think it's just too hot right now. So I was actually going to sit here to take off my polish because it's starting to like get the, like along the edges, you can tell the polish is worn off, so I can prep those to redo them again, which leads me to, I was looking at some different polishes that I thought were really pretty that I want, and I got to thinking, I bet you got the things to basically recreate that with what you already have. Okay, so I got to looking, and yes, I do have some of the things I can recreate, so I'm excited about that. So I got to take some things off my wish list. But there are a couple I'm considering that I don't know if I could recreate. But yeah, always look through your things. You never know, you might surprise yourself. Okay, so I was just going to mention, I really like these sugar-free cookies when I'm trying to behave. I like those, and I also like the Russell Stovers, I'm saying that right, sugar-free chocolates. They have like ones that taste like candy bars, some that are like Reese's Pieces. I like all those, but all that kind of stuff can get pricey. But I just wanted to go ahead and include in here that I do apologize because some of this vlog consists of me having a rough mental health day, and the thing with that is that sometimes it just is what it is. I know it's not the funnest, but it is raw and it is honest, and my hopes within sharing these things is that it can help others that can relate. So I just wanted to insert that here. I know, guys, this is a random view. I was watching these birds. I guess they was fighting. They're squawking and flying at each other. So yeah, my Saturday's kind of because, well, I still haven't managed to get my polish off because while sitting there, I got bit by mosquitoes 4 times. I said, dadgummit, so I had to go inside. But I'm wanting to get some sun, but it is difficult with the mosquitoes out. So I just keep sitting right by the door so that I can, I don't know, try to be out a little bit, but not to where maybe the mosquitoes will get me as much. I don't know. But my dogs are out, as you heard, so I'm just watching them. I'm also trying to decide if I do want to go to the park or not. I can't decide. I'm also lately been having my IBS flare-ups, which has been ongoing, and I do try to avoid taking medicine if I don't have to, but it has been pretty consistent, so now I'm wondering if I'm not going to have to restart that. But my other medicine, I've noticed I still have been dealing with a lot of irritability, but I do have reasons, but I just don't like it. Also, I was going to ask, does anybody know of a good, like an actual good multivitamin? Because I still have yet to find one that I feel is a really good one. I'm kind of on the search, so if you have any ideas or anything that just makes you feel better, gives you some energy, maybe just anything good, please let me know. I have tried it all that I can think of, and I can't ever tell the difference. So I don't know, is the whole thing a gimmick? Probably, I don't know, but I'm at least trying, so let me know please if you know of something. Hey friends, I just came to walk, but I was trying to show you this sign. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you." Jeremiah 29:11. That's a good one. And I needed a good reminder earlier today. Sorry, pause, that was loud. Yeah, I wasn't gonna walk, but it's one of those, I've been having a lot of those days where it's just, I'm not doing great. It's just the way it is. But I decided just to get out and do it and walk anyway, instead of just being at home sulking. But I had another good reminder earlier today. I read something somebody wrote, and it was kind of got me. Of course, it was faith written, so it just kind of got me to where I was like, okay, we're not gonna sit here doing this thought process, just get up and go. So I am. I did end up taking off my nail polish because, I don't know, when I'm in those moods, I'm like up and down, up and down, up and down. I cannot get myself to stay in one zone and just get it done. So I'm going to do that later. I decided the walk was going to be more important right now. Get some sun, be outside, Because again, I would love to sit outside at my house more, but just the mosquitoes, they just won't let me have it. So and that also doesn't help. I have consistent, I guess you could say, stressors. So curious, if do any of y'all have that? Like just a consistent issues that you're constantly trying to, I guess, deal with. So it does not help. And I'm trying to decide what to do with my medicine, because I had changed to this one because the other one needed some help. I'd been on it for a long time, and this was going to be the alternative. And I am getting out more because I've been doing the walks, but I'm still just not great in other ways with my, just mentally, and my chest pains have started back. Because years ago, I really thought I had a major problem, and I was having like consistent loss of breath. So after I talked to the doctor, I got on more medicine, and it helped with that. So I thought, okay, it's anxiety related, which maybe so. And at one point, I was still having chest pains, and I had a stress test. And I tell you, it was really bizarre because this doctor, he came in at the time, and he's like, "Oh, you don't have anything wrong," because he was looking at my physical appearance as far as my weight. I'm like, how do you know that without even looking at the test? And so after I was doing the treadmill thing, you have to go run and lay down, all those things. And he looked at the screen, he's like, "Oh, look, your heart looks healthy to me." I was like, okay. So I was like, just, still waited for the final results. Anyway, they said they didn't see anything. But I'll tell you a funny thing. Not funny, but crazy. My husband had his stress test. It was come back inconclusive. They couldn't say yay or nay. So he had to have a heart cath, and that's when we found out he needed to have a quadruple bypass the next day. So I don't know if I'm not even sold on that stress test stuff. But anyway, so I would still get the chest pains. Now throughout some of the time it would get better, but since I did try, there was one other medicine I had done, and it had I had a bad reaction with it, so I didn't stay with that. Well, this one, I can tell my chest pains have amped up, and it's very uncomfortable, but I don't know if it's because of the medicine change. I don't know if it's from the anxiety. I don't know if it's from my stomach problems, because that can also cause it, or there's something else going on. So, that's the whole thing. Trying to make a decision on what I'm going to do about that. Guys, I know this is not fun. I do apologize. But it is life. It is real. And I know others go through similar things. So I would just tend to talk about whatever is really on my mind or weighs heavy on me. And right now it's all that. Also, I have got these darn little very, very itchy bumps on my skin, on my face. I assume it's because I tried to do like the whole dermaplaning stuff myself. If you know of a good tool, please let me know. I probably have tried it. I don't know. But I'm gonna ask anyway. But I think that caused it. But what do you do? I mean, if you gotta, I feel like I want to do something to smooth it, but at the same time, if it's gonna do that, that ain't any better. So I had to put on itch cream, hopefully to tone it down, because I already have very reactive, very sensitive skin, and I can't use like any products as it is. So I don't know. If it's not one thing, it's another. I'll tell you what. And then everybody's out of the house, and I enjoy my me time, but I was like, well, I guess nobody's gonna be back for a while. Oh, you little baby squirrel. Right there. So cute. He's eating. I don't want to scare it away from its dinner, but then I go to leave, and then one comes back, and then in a way I feel bad, like I shouldn't be leaving, but I was already got my stuff on, so it's not gonna really make a difference anyway. I don't know. I go through all these thoughts, so I decided to go anyway. But thanks for being my walking buddy. It's quiet right now. There's not many out. It is hot though, but did you pick up any plates from that $4 sale? I did. And I was also disappointed because some that went on sale I had actually picked up not too terribly long ago. And darn, I could have saved some money. Isn't that the way it goes though? I had to pause. I couldn't see. I was like, I hope I did push the record button. So I was sitting out waiting for some barbecue chicken legs. It was yesterday evening, and of course people were popping fireworks around us. They're not supposed to, but they do, of course. But they were close to the trees. They were doing it right in front of their house, and I was like, ugh. And then it'd be quiet, you'd just be sitting there, and all of a sudden, pow! I hate that. It's not good for the anxiety or anybody that has anything like that. So it kept making me jump, and my dogs were anxious. Tell you what too, random thought. Us ladies having to deal with weak bladders. Doesn't it suck? I'm always having to go to the bathroom. So I always have to hope there's one near. And also I'd mentioned earlier, or in one of the pieces that are going to be inserted into the vlog, was having an IBS flare-up. If you don't know what that is irritable bowel syndrome. Now, I don't really feel like I was ever properly. I wasn't tested. The doctor just said that's what it was for my symptoms. And listening to my stomach, I don't know. But I think I think I've had it since I was a teenager, because it's the same symptoms. A young teenager. And wow, what am I trying to say? So after my whole gallbladder situation, it got real bad, and yeah, I was on medicine for it, but I couldn't even eat properly and all the things. I mentioned that before. I won't get into all that here, but I've been having the pain. So I'll get this very low stomach pain that hurts pretty bad, and then I'll get like these cramp things to where sometimes I have to just lean over and try to breathe because it hurts so bad. Look at all those dragonflies. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. I don't know if it's showing up. Thank God it's not stingers, guys. Oh boy, we'd really be running. It's a whole bunch of them. I don't know if you can even see them. They're dumb. So I've just been pushing through it. I haven't taken my medicine, but I could. If it comes down to it, I'll just have to. I know I do talk a lot of health stuff, but that's what happens in my life, and I know some of you too. So I feel you. But I know some can't even do much, so my heart is with you. I'm not gonna lie. Now I'm just sort of feeling like, not even feeling the walking. I know I'll be glad I came. It's just, somebody help me, get me out of this funk. I know that can't be, I guess it can be common, but not normal to be feeling that way all the time. But the thing is yes, I did feel that on the other medicine too. And that was why I was trying to do something else. Sometimes, because of that, it makes you feel hopeless. And I say these things because that's how it feels. And I know others can relate. And I've mentioned before, I am not a sugarcoater. I will speak my truth. Because I don't want to be fake or something that I'm not. These little ones out here having the best time with this little water thing. Those little simple things, right? Maybe that's what I need to do. Get me a little water situation, go running through it. Hey, that would be fun. I wouldn't judge. In all honesty, I'm also dealing with some disconnection feelings, which kind of isolate me in a sense. I guess part of that is myself, but I don't know, that's a whole nother thing. Also, some of you ladies out there, y'all can pinpoint things to your cycle. I have never been able to do that. I don't ever know if I'm just wackadoo or if it's something to do with my whole cycle situation. But if you know how to do all that, shout out to you, because I never could figure it myself. Because that does do some things to us. Ladies go through a lot. Isn't that pretty? Very quiet and peaceful through here. Right now, anyway. Also on that, the little baby bunny situation, I had done an update, but I don't know if it is a boy. I just call it a he because it feels like a he. You know when you get that vibe? Could be wrong, I don't know, but that's the vibe I get. And I don't know what to call him other than baby bunny. Now we're all invested. How is baby bunny? There was a time several years ago we had to save some little tiny baby bunnies, like they were more of like newborn. We saved 2 of the 3. I know, super sad, but I was thankful we did that. Well, we had to take them we took them to the vet in hopes of a rescuer being able to give them what they needed. And then we had another set, and there was a bunch of them, but we weren't able to save them, unfortunately. Broke my heart. But this one, he's older, so he's doing well. Guess he had just been more, I don't know, more quiet the other day when I wasn't seeing him out. But like I said, I saw him yesterday evening, so I really wish the mamas would have them somewhere else safer, because there are dogs and cats everywhere in that neighborhood. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't have that big maternal instinct to where she don't care, or maybe she somehow feels safe enough there. I don't know. But I don't feel safe for her because dogs and cats, and my own dogs too. Isn't that a pretty sound? Also, I was gonna have my watermelon I've been waiting to have. First of all, I had trouble fitting it in the refrigerator because the shape, it didn't want to close. Is that all mosquitoes? Ooh, you'll see that. Oh, hang on, through here. But I was gonna have it yesterday, but my daughter had made some brownies, so I had those instead. So I do have me a cold watermelon ready for whenever I want to have it. Not sure if I'm going to do that today or tomorrow, but yay. The strawberries I've noticed some of those are really good and some are not. So, and I still didn't open the cantaloupe yet because I still have some strawberries, and I also have some green grapes. And same with those. Some of those are fine and some not. But I had gotten to where I liked to have one of those little tiny oranges after my walks, because it's just cold, because I put them in the refrigerator, cold and refreshing. But now I could have the grapes or the strawberries if I wanted those instead. Also, I've tried them with some grapes with that tahini seasoning. That's pretty good. Now, I know it's not good for you, but sometimes I do get that craving. So I'll put that on there. But it's been a while since I did that. But when I did, I really liked it. I was kind of thinking too, just realizing that I think the weekends are some of my off times, because maybe because of my schedule has to be different than And then I'll be, I don't know, won't have, I already don't have energy, but I think it's even worse. Or maybe I just think it's worse because I do get in those like bad moods, I guess you could say. And I'd mentioned not long ago, wanted to do like little night fishing possibly, or some have a little snack at that park area at a evening time, but I couldn't yesterday, of course, because they was doing all the fireworks stuff. But I'll mention it, and then nothing really happens. I guess I have to take the initiative to make it happen. I'm bad at that. Somebody's walking around with their speaker playing music. I don't know if it's picking up on here or not. Don't want to get copyrighted. I don't know. Maybe that's what I need to do. Listen to some music and just go. I have to be in the mood for music, though. I like to talk to you, but then I don't like being such a downer either. I don't want to do that to y'all. But I do. I'm very appreciative to be able to have that vent time. I wish I was running like that. Gosh, really at this point defeats the purpose with the way sis is be eating. I'll do good and then don't do good, and then it's all over the place. If I could get all that together, maybe I'd feel like it. This poor guy brought back all him and his friends a snow cone. And he was trying to walk across the park with them. And you could see the trail on the pavement where they've been melting by the time he got there, like half gone. Good grief. That's how hot it is, though. Dang, there's more of those, all those dragonflies. I bet they're not showing up. I can't tell if it's showing up on there or not. You know, I'm also gonna just say, nobody's perfect. We all go through things, and sometimes we go through something, we can handle it better than other times. Sometimes not. Sometimes we do have weak moments. We have to get back up, start over again. And I say this because, again, people will relate. And I mentioned the other day in the other walk and talk that I am trying to make good decisions for myself and my body, except for my eating habits. That's a big work in progress, but trying to do positive things instead. But I to be honest, I was feeling weak on all that the past couple days, but I worked through it. I didn't do anything I didn't want to do, so that's good. But I'll get that little thought sometimes. I'll be like, oh, if I do so and so, I'd feel a little better. But I know realistically, it's always temporary. It has nothing to do with the type of person you are, as far as what is that? saw something in there moving. It looked weird. Maybe I'm seeing things. But I do see the lightning bugs. I'm sorry, guys. I get so distracted. But I don't ever want anyone to feel like because you have those thoughts to do something you know you probably shouldn't do. It's okay, because that's just part of being human, right? We're not perfect. We make mistakes, and sometimes when we feel certain ways, that's just kind of how it's, you know, it kind of makes us want to do things that we know we shouldn't do. And my point in sharing that is, you know, I'm the same. I'm a human too. I feel those same things as well. I try to do good and do things I should do instead of not, but it is hard sometimes. That's okay. All you can do is your best and try, which is what Sis is doing now. You know, honestly, if you really think about it, everybody has something that is an outlet. Some things are good choices, some may not be, some are positive, some are not. You know, everybody's got something they do to escape or feel better or whatever. Okay, on another note, I need to know who is going to be trying some fried pickles. Do tell. Really hope you can find the non-greasy, non-salty kind, preferably the spears. And if you've never had them and you do have them, let me know. What do you think? Is anybody gonna try the recipe and do it yourself? I know what I need to do is our next walk out at that other park, like ahead of time, freeze some grapes and take those. That way, when the walk's done, they would be easier to eat and sit down there by the water when the lights turn on. That would be nice. So I'm gonna put that on the to-do list. I've been walking for a bit. I think I'm gonna go up to the more open area and just sit for a minute on a bench. I'm thinking at this point I am gonna have some watermelon. I just gotta always rinse the outside. Make sure to do that, because when you cut into it, whatever's on the outside is gonna go on the inside. So make sure you wash your outside. So I gotta do that and get it cut up. Sounds really yummy right now. Okay, I saw the lightning bugs. I wish they would stay lit up for longer. I need to look and see why do they do that and how they do that. It's been a long time since I asked that question. I don't even know anymore. And they'll do like a whole bunch of them in one area, and then when I get turned that way, it stops. They said, no, we don't want to be filmed. Also, there's these trees. See if I see one in here. But they're a specific kind of leaf, but they'll have these things, pods on them, like seed pods. I used to always think they were bean pods, or not beans, peas. They look like little green pea pods, but they're not. But now I can't remember what they're called. And I used to, when I was little, I would open the pod to get the little so-called peas out. Funny little things we do when we're little. Okay, I just come to sit down just for a minute. When I first got here, there was a whole clan of cats running across the road. It looked funny. It's like off of a Heathcliff cartoon. Who remembers that? Yeah, it's quieter today than it typically is here. Maybe because it's hot out, or maybe people still got some activities they're doing for the weekend. I was just gonna have leftovers today, so I got some barbecue chicken. But we finished well, there is a little bit of, when I left, a little bit of baked beans left. I'll probably be gone by the time I get back. The potato salad was gone. But I was gonna, also thought I could throw some sausage in the air fryer a minute. I just do turkey sausage just because I guess it's not as greasy to me. So that'll do that, so I don't gotta cook anything. Felt like something literally bit my head. I think I'm done. I need to get a shower though. It's too hot and muggy. Kind of thinking I'm just gonna do some different things for this one, since I was in my downer rant this time. So I'll piece probably some different things together. So I'm not going to end the vlog here. I'm just going to end this portion of it. So I'll see you in a bit, friends. Bye. Welcome, friends. So wanted to share my quick and easy meal of the night with you, just in case you were interested. I know it is not healthy, but I am looking just to get everybody happy and full. So going to boil my spaghetti noodles. You could use any noodles you want. I'm going to use the pre-made coleslaw, which does say washed and ready to eat. I don't really trust that. I still always wash mine. And then I'm going to use some shrimp poppers. I'm just going to cook them for a little bit and then add them to everything. But you could use just regular shrimp that's not breaded. That would also be good. This is my go-to Korean barbecue sauce I've been using. Love it. And then I also picked this one up. Not quite sure if I'm going to use it yet. I'm going to kind of see if I even like the flavor for sure. It's been a while. I think I tried it before. I cannot remember. But I thought it would help give a little bit of a creaminess. If I add any seasonings, it would only be like garlic powder, maybe a little bit of Cajun seasoning, but it really doesn't need much because this one gives it a really, really good flavor. So cook noodles and then cook shrimp and throw in the sauce. And I like to throw in the coleslaw last minute so it still gets a little bit of a crunch. It's not fully cooked, but because I like that little bit of the crunch. So if this gives you an idea, it is super quick and easy. I know it's not healthy like I said, but sometimes we just need something fast. Okay, so here's the final result. I did go ahead and add some of the Boom Boom shrimp sauce. It didn't need a lot. Make sure if you use both to taste as you go, just because the Korean barbecue sauce does give off a lot more flavor than you might expect, but it is really good. I did taste test it, so now I'm gonna go and enjoy. Okay, so sis did have some watermelon last night and made sure I cleaned the outside really good. Got it cut open, and I've been using my ice cream scooper just to scoop the pieces out. Makes it so much easier. Part of the watermelon is really good and sweet. Other parts of it could be better, but I do notice that with all watermelons, it can be hit and miss within them. But I'm going to go and have some now. Okay, so I have some cleanup to be doing. So I'm going to end this vlog here and go into the next one. So thank you so very much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. Till the next one, have a blessed day, friends. Bye.